How's it going, guys? Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone is having a great week so far. Getting ready for the long weekend. We got July 4th coming up, so that should be a lot of fun. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Probably go see fireworks. I don't know. I don't really care too much about holidays, but I'll probably just have a normal, relaxing day. Maybe treat myself to some food. I haven't had pizza in a long time, so maybe I'll have pizza. I don't know. I'm very strict with my diet, so I probably have one cheat meal a month. But yeah, Neil JT here, and this is Neil Heals. You can go follow me on Instagram at Neil Heals. Please like and subscribe, comment on videos you want to see, things you want to see in the future. I'm also going to be talking a lot about fitness and health. Right now, we're really in the spiritual realm though, so I'm going to be talking most about that. I think it is very important because so many people are lacking the spiritual journey. So today's video, we're talking about becoming a chosen one, how to do it, how to go about it, what it means. So when I think chosen one, you see a lot of videos on that, and you see it with a lot of people that have religious channels, and I'm not talking about it from a religious standpoint, I'm talking about it from a spiritual standpoint. And so becoming a chosen one, in my definition, is pretty much just relinquishing who you are, all control, to a higher power. Whatever you choose to believe, that's up to you. Like you could say universe, source, God, energy, Jesus, Buddha, goes on and on and on. But I think it's just realizing that you're more than who you are. You're more than your body. This body, Neil JT, that's just a name I was given at birth from my parents. That's not who I am. My thoughts isn't who I am. The awareness is who I am, the consciousness. And as we know, we're all connected. That's why we have telepathy, psychic abilities. People have all these different things, high intuition. When you become a chosen one, a lot of your spiritual gifts will be unlocked. For me, I've cultivated extremely high intuition. Some psychic abilities, still learning about it, tapping into it, but extreme intuition. I just know. Like I can just tell what's going on with the world around people. I can read energy really well. People don't even have to say anything. I can tell you pretty much not like details of their life story, but I can tell you, deep down what's going on in their life. And that's one of the benefits of becoming a chosen one. You get to find out your spiritual gifts, and everyone has different ones. But I think the main component of this is you need to cultivate an extreme awareness of oneself. Extreme. Excuse me, I just had a bunch of watermelon. Today's my fasting day, so I haven't eaten since last night, and I did my cardio today. I'm trying to get down to 185 pounds. I usually am around 200, so I'm like leaning out. I possibly will do a show in the next couple months, a physique show. But anyway, getting way off topic. So cultivate awareness of oneself. You really have to know who you are, and a lot of this comes down to your shadow self, finding your shadow self, or ego. In the spiritual world, it's shadow self. But when you can become aware of your ego, why you do the things you do, I don't want to say the negative traits that you have, but when you act out of ego, how that affects your reality. We all have egos. If someone tells you they don't have an ego, they're lying. Everyone has an ego. It keeps us alive. And you can mitigate it. Like as you grow spiritually, your ego will become less and less, and it's like you put it in as you have it. Most people have ego as the driver, right? But as you become aware and chosen and more enlightened on your spiritual journey, soon the ego will become the passenger. Then the ego will be in the back seat. Then the ego will be in the trunk. So eventually you can mitigate it and get it a lot smaller where it's not running your life. Like right now, most people are in their ego. It's like their main programming. It's how you react to everything. It goes in everything. So having that awareness of understanding your ego and why you do things, why you act a certain way in certain scenarios. For example, for me, I realized this the other day actually, my ex-situationship caused me immense amounts of pain. She treated me like absolute crap, like took everything from me, pretty much devalued me, stole my identity, and claimed that she was a healer, but it was really only for her benefit so she could feel powerful and in control. Anyway, long story short, that caused a lot of pain and suffering. And like I always thought, like in the past, whatever, 5 months I haven't talked to her, not that I hoped that she would feel that same pain, but I just realized, I'm like, everything is yin and yang. Everything is bad karma, good karma. And I'm like, yeah, she's probably getting her bad karma. And I have extreme intuition, so like I know she is. But that, even me thinking that, putting that energy out into the universe, that's like my ego, because I have pain. So I'm using my ego to project that pain outwards when I should just, let it go. Because the universe, everything's going to happen how it's going to happen. There's no control over anything. Like I never wish revenge on anyone. Like I never wish the toxicity of being in a narcissistic relationship upon anyone. It is like the worst thing ever. But I never wish that upon people. Like I don't have like a motive of revenge. I just know that everything is going to work out the way it's going to work out. But again, with my ego, that's like something I realized the other day, and I'm like, just gotta let it go. It's just because I have all the pain and suffering that I've been healing from, and that ego is like thinking about it in a way that is pushing not great energy out there. Even though I'm not wishing upon things, it's still like a thought process. So once you become aware and you start realizing all these things, and when you are in certain situations, you see your ego pop up, you can catch it and be like, oh, that's my ego. And as you start cultivating this more and more, you're going to be more connected to your higher self. The higher self, the way I look at that is it's the consciousness of you, like who you truly are, listen in this body, listening to your thoughts. It's like, that dialogue, I talk about this in another video, your dialogue has 70,000 thoughts a day. It's constantly going. When you can take a step back, it's like you're almost in your head, but you're not your thoughts. So it's like you're sitting back, almost like watching your thoughts, like say whatever they're saying, dictating all the things around you, and you get no emotional response from it. You're just like, yep, that's my brain just doing its thing. I'm in this body. That's your awareness. When you have your strong awareness, you're going to start cultivating a lot of power when you can take a step back from your thoughts. And so you really have to let go of all your beliefs and relinquish to a higher power. And this is hard to do, but you have to realize how powerful you are. We have the capabilities to heal ourselves immensely, not on our own, but through your higher power. Like we have the ability to heal anything we want in our lives. We have the power to manifest anything we want in our lives. But oftentimes people are so stuck in their emotions and their negative beliefs and that inner dialogue that's telling them they're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you'll never make this amount of money, etc., that we stay at this low vibrational space. To become chosen, you have to get to a higher vibration and just have the strong belief that you're going to manifest your dream life. You're going to be who you're meant to be. You're going to find your purpose. And how do you do this? So how do you become a chosen one? Meditation, isolation, prayer, self-love, vulnerability. You combine all those together and find who you are deep down inside, separate yourself from the world, really go on a journey of focusing on yourself. Like I said, the first thing is becoming aware. Once you become aware, you start meditating on it, start praying, start getting away from the temptations of the world, focusing on self, giving yourself self-love. That's what's going to get you on your spiritual journey the fastest. That's when you're going to start seeing the synchronicities of life. When you start seeing, the clock, and every time you look at the clock, it's 11:11 or 2:22 or 3:33 or 4:44. You start seeing license plates 444, 111. You start seeing all these synchronicities. That's the signs from the universe that you're awakening, as they say woke in today's terminology. I hate that. But when you start seeing all the synchronicities, you'll know that you're aligning with that highest power. When you start aligning with that highest power, you're going to see more and more synchronicities. Once you get past like seeing all the numbers, and you can't be searching for them, You can't be like, I wonder if it's 11:11 and look at the clock. Like you just have to believe and like let it go. And once you start connecting with the synchronicities on that point with the universe, you'll start seeing the signs in everything. I remember, and when you see these synchronicities, these numbers or signs, think about the thought you're having in that moment, because it's the universe or your spirit guides or whatever you want to choose to believe is trying to tell you something. You're not just going to see the number just to see it. There's something going on in the background. There's all kinds of things we're not seeing in the spiritual realm, right? So like today I was doing cardio and I was listening to a tarot reading, and it was so on point with everything going on in my life. And she said something, and I remember I started thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah, I have been seeing these manifestations in my life. This just happened yesterday. And when I thought that thought, sounds weird, I looked up at the TV and there was a tennis match going on, and the guy served the ball, and in the background it blinked 111 miles per hour. And I was like, wow. And I thought about what I was thinking about, and it was a sign from the universe that I am on the right path, that I'm continuing on my purpose. The number could have been 112, 109, 108, 107, but it wasn't. It was 111. So my point is, when you start recognizing that, start seeing all the synchronicities, that is a sign from the universe that you need to keep going down your path, to keep letting go of the past, letting go of the traumas, letting go of the pain, letting go of the hurt, letting go of the person you thought you were, because you are so much more than that. You are so powerful. It's crazy. Once you start getting deep into it, like I said, I never even knew what intuition was a year ago. Like I didn't even know what it was. Females have a higher intuition normally than men. But like once I became chosen or aligned, enlightened, and on my spiritual journey, and the synchronicities and everything started happening to me, I started just having all this intuition. And it's like, I would like the other day too, what was I doing? I was watching something and it said, a butterfly is your sign or something. And I was just getting ready to walk out the door. And as I walked out the door, a butterfly flew in front of my face. Just like signs like that. There's all kinds of synchronicities. So it's almost like even when you start getting the psychic abilities, it's crazy. It's tough because like I have to try and remember things I think about often. So I keep a journal and I write down a lot of my thoughts throughout the day. But then I see them in real life and I'm like, wow, it's crazy. But the problem is, in the culture we're in, it's like everyone wants to be under this subconscious programming from the media and the world, and you got to be this way, and spirituality and juju, blah, 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 all that shit. But it's like, once you awaken and you realize that there's a lot you don't see, like in the spiritual realm, and you connect to the spiritual realm, the highest power, you start becoming more powerful. And the more you believe in it, the more it happens, more and more and more, and it's a great path to be on. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Once you have the self-worth and the self-love for yourself, you won't tolerate BS from anyone. No one can take your power away from you. Once you have it, no one can manipulate you, try and control you, try and devalue you. You become so solid in who you are that it's just like, it's like a block. People, like negative energies or low vibrations that come into your life, it's like a block. They don't even want to test it because you're protected. You're protected from the highest power. They're not going to let these negative things come into you. Maybe in the beginning for tests, because they want to see like your commitment, like, okay, here's a test. We're going to throw this temptation your way. We're going to see if you're going to go back to your old ways. So yeah, one of the last things that I want to tell you guys is that when you are meditating and you're on this journey, it's not easy. It's suffering. It's pain, because you have to uncover all the traumas of your past, all the pain, all the suffering. So what I suggest is that you sit with your fears and your insecurities, you acknowledge them, and you're aware that you have them. You're like, oh, wow, yeah, I lack confidence. And sit with it and kind of go back on your timeline and see where it started. And 99.99999% of the time, if not 100, you're going to realize it never came from you. It came from other people. It came from people telling you weren't good enough or whatever has happened in your past. And once you realize that and see it, that's when you gain your power and you're able to let go of that belief you have. You can let go of those fears you have, and that's what allows you to grow into the person you are meant to be. So I think that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I try and kind of speak from experience. I don't really, do tons of research on anything like I have in the past, but like I try and just be free flowing because I want it to be as authentic as possible. I live out of integrity, so I'm not like, okay, I got to say this and this and this and this because this is the facts and this is the science. I speak my mind. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and subscribe. Let's try and get this out to as many people as possible. The goal is just to help everyone heal themselves and become the best versions of ourselves. So until next time, guys, take care. Enjoy July 4th. And if you are partying, drinking, doing any wild stuff, stay safe. Later.